Leo, do you see? You're riding the line between a breakdown and a breakthrough. The energy you have available to you is the power and medicine of corrosion. This is an energy that can be utilized to break things down for your betterment. It can also be used to break things down, including yourself. So at this time, there is a request to be cautious about this very powerful and potentially volatile energy. Breakthrough and miraculous healing and vision is also available to you at this time. Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you guys for joining me here and welcome to my table. If you're new here, hello, my name is Zachary. It's nice to meet you guys. Feel free to come on in. If you guys are returning, it's good to see you again. Pull up a chair or stand, whatever works for you. So, beautiful souls, my friends, my Leo friends, thank you guys for joining me here. I am really excited actually to get into this message here. I'm excited about every message that we give, but there have been some very, very powerful and potent messages that have come through recently for all the signs and collectively. There's a symbol that came through for you guys today too, so I'm excited to get into that. So let's get into your messages through meditation, and then channeled messages. We have several oracle cards that were pulled, and then we'll get into the tarot, as we do. So Leo, at this time, what I was shown to start was, well, they were scallops, okay? Kind of like, they could be scales, fish scales, mermaid scales, something like that. Scalloped wallpaper is what actually I thought it was to begin with, kind of an aquamarine color with a nice gradient to it. Maybe you have some sort of wallpaper like this. There is a greater message that's coming through, though, that I have connected to this as well. So we'll just get into the symbol. Get right into the symbol. I'm going to show this to you here, sacred symbols. I do have symbols that come through in channeling that do have specific purposes and instruction on how to utilize its function in magic. So if you'd like to pause the video here so you can draw this out and take advantage of it, and we'll get into the instructions. This is called Combine Forces. With our powers unite! Combine Forces, okay. So to start with, I love, this is, well, it's the sun in astrology. It's the symbol of the sun. And what better time to bring more sun into the situation here than Rat Meow? We need the sun. It's about time. So this is where do you see comes forward. So Leo, align. The purpose of this is to align what has been malaligned. Bring in the rings is what I was told. And then I was shown these three concentric rings. So an outer ring, a ring on the inside, and these are all traveling inside of each other, and then a smaller ring. What I was getting from that is these rings, while they need to function together, it's like a machine. And the three rings have come through actually. What reading was that? That may have been was it Galactic Royalty? It was the Time Traveler one. It was the Time Traveler one. I will do my best. Actually, I'm gonna write that down. Time Traveler. I'll post this here at the end of the video so that you can check that out if you'd like to. Okay, so three concentric rings. This is something that has been out of alignment, though. We're bringing in divine forces into divine order, as they always are, but through the function or the tool that we can be. Okay, not that kind of tool. You're not a tool, Leo. Okay. Bring in the rings. So the instructions for this are to draw it on your third eye here. This can be done with, well, makeup, all right, eyeliner, eyebrow pencils. If you'd like to use something different like a pen, or, you feel free. We're just drawing this on the area of the third eye. The next thing that I was given after that was, do you see? So this is a function that very quickly and immediately brings things into focus and into alignment. Just and right power is what comes through on that too. Love this. Getting into the oracle messages here. There's quite a bit here, you guys. So buckle up, buckaroo, and then we'll get into the tarot. The first thing that came through was the offering. The offering in the bardo. I have this here in the book, so I'm being told to read from the book for the offering. So the offering and the bardo. The bardo and the offering. Bardo here. This is liminal space. This is a transition. Um, this is where remarkable healing and vision was coming through in that message at the beginning. So the offering here, I am being told, I was reading through in the book and I was paraphrasing what made sense, but eventually Spirit just said, just read it. It's just, we need it all. Okay. The offering, the gift, the present, the sacrifice. Unlike many of the other cards in the deck, the offering carries a clear as day message and a call to action. The call to action is very much standing out here. As you may have guessed, it is time for something to be given and given up for the sake of the bigger picture. If nothing comes to mind immediately, though it's likely it will, take time in meditation to consider what must be offered and who is to receive it. These messages have all come through my previous readings here to Cancer, Taurus, Aries, even the last collective message as well. It's likely you'll feel attachment and hesitancy. You'll make excuses. But recognize the link between the word sacrifice and the word sacred. One leads to the other. When we offer up something to the greater good, we lighten our load and become more able to serve. Imagine for a moment if you were to offer your whole self unconditionally to the world. For now, start small. We're not just giving ourselves completely at this point. What is coming through for me is actually some instruction towards protection before a good deal of us are ready to connect in the way that we need to connect right now, okay? So once a week, Gandhi gave up speaking for a day, offering himself to divine silence. The offering can come in all shapes and sizes. If there is a gift you've been thinking of giving to someone special, now is the time. Oh, yay. The portion of silence here, too, with Gandhi, I feel that's actually very, that's being impressed upon me. Something that I will, I think, start adding to my weekly schedule as well. And I feel that it would be a good idea for all of us, to be honest. A day of silence where we're not connected to any form of communication, including through our phones, where maybe verbal words are not being spoken. The divine has a message, and they are requesting our silence and participation. So the next that came through here, and I did as I was told. I was told to read this here in the book too. So Antimony, this is the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck. That was the Wild Unknown Archetype deck too, BT dubs. So Antimony. In medieval times, antimony became known as the Grey Wolf of alchemy. This was due to the metalloid's unpredictable qualities and its ability to eat away at materials in the laboratory. Gold is one of the few materials to withstand contact with it. For these reasons, this card must be read with delicacy. On one hand, it represents the wild and free spirit that longs to express itself in the world. On the other hand, it represents a fierceness that can turn destructive or corrosive at the drop of a hat. This message here is clear. Channel the Grey Wolf's energy toward creativity. Challenge it to come out from the shadows and express itself. Embark on the creative project or adventure that's calling you, rather than focusing on why you can't. Once you begin, don't quit. The Grey Wolf responds to respect, not repression. So this actually, and corrosion is medicine. That's where this is coming through. That fine line between a breakthrough and a breakdown. What is coming to mind, and I'll post that at the end of this reading as well, my last collective message. It was very much a channeled message mostly, okay? That's what I'm being drawn back to with this. The Grey Wolf responds to respect, not repression. And that message was, well, it was something that needed to be said in many different ways. And I stand by it wholly, and I will not repress it any longer. So encourage you to take a look at that because, well, this message is going to be coming through a lot. We're done with sitting on the fence and letting things go by. We're not pushing things through force. The divine mother, the divine feminine, when she gives birth, it is not through force of her own anyway. It is natural timing, okay? We're allowing the timing to be perfect. We're getting the hell out of the way. Okay. The next thing that came through here was bond. So first of all, I ask before recording, number one, are we pulling an oracle card before recording? If yes, I get into it. If not, it's on camera. Great. Then I ask, what deck are we doing? So sometimes Spirit will say all. All. I was pulling one or a couple from All decks. There were a couple that will be pulled later, but moving on into the Urban Crow. Oracle next. Bond is what came through. James Bond. So, soul connection is what comes through with this, and the heart. We're always talking about the heart here. Where do you feel connection? Where do you feel soul connection? This is an indication for you at this time, Leo, on direction, where to start heading, okay? Or continue to head if you've already started this journey. The next thing that came through in the Starseed Oracle is I remember. I remember. Do you, Leo? Soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. I love this combination of cards and energies here. So when this card comes forward, we're talking about that transition point, like Bardo here, that transition point between the fated life and the destined life. The fated life is the life that we chose to come in here experiencing. And a lot of us don't ever break through that fated life. We own and accept the programs that we've been given from our caretakers, from our community around us, society, and we die with that in mind. Others of us do break through and move into the destined life. The destined life is what you came here to experience, what we came here to experience. Right now, I feel we're having Braxton Hicks contractions, okay? Maybe labor is not starting here, but there's definitely signs that it will be coming soon. False labor, right? We're feeling the pains come through. This is to show us, to remind us that you came here to transition from the fated life to the destined life, and it's happening. The alarm is set, okay? Get your shit together. We're going to head to the hospital here soon because we got babies to birth, okay? Maybe you have a physical baby. 12:21 on the timer. This feels en masse, you guys. We're talking about moving into our destiny. Our destiny, all right? Last two cards here in the Medicine Heart Oracle from Alana Fairchild. Two actually came out. So I'm going to start. I love this too. It's 33 and 44. Love the synchronicities with the numbers too. Mother of Star Nations here to start. Radiant, enlightened guardians actively support the accomplishment of your heart's most sacred aspirations. Claim the potency and the legitimacy of your soul's vast ancestry. When the ways of the world threaten to evoke despair, recall the unsurpassable capacity of the spiritual dimension. Affirm the relevance and significance of your spirituality. Allow it to support you as you continue to apply yourself towards fruition. Remain loyal to light and love. And this doesn't mean, you guys, like, light and love, light and love will tell you to fuck right off. Don't get that twisted. The shadow is an echo of light. It is all the same experience. And we don't sit by when somebody's punching us in the face. You know what I'm saying? We don't love and light it out. Get the fuck out of my face while I'm balancing these energies, right, Leo? Right. This is not a call to violence or to be harnessing that energy. This is the fine balance between breakdown and breakthrough. That corrosion. You have the energy right now to dance between the light and dark as you need to. You're being cautioned, however, not to slip into modes where it becomes destructive. Sometimes we do need to tell someone to F off. I know you know this. My fire signs. Ascendancy capacity. And I love that this is a lion. Love it. Continue to engage in your process, recognizing your limits are being tested. And you now have the power to overcome that which once held you back. Even so, take care and apply compassion so that you navigate the line between breakdown and breakthrough. This is a testing time with an extremely positive end in view. Honor your power whilst you trust in your compassionate wisdom. And this is where this symbol coming through, combining forces, the intention is to help give you the strength and structure, is what I'm hearing, to know how to navigate breakdown and breakthrough right now. It may feel a little bit tricky. Maybe you are someone that is, ohm it out, love and light, peace to everyone. That is great. And on the surface, it's definitely very necessary and important. We do not allow people to come into our heart space and take a giant shit. That is not a situation where we go, love and light, okay? I know you know what I'm saying. The purpose of the symbol is to help you with discernment and knowing which energies it is that you need to pull into which specific situations. Okay. 15 and a half minutes. Perfect. It was a long intro message here, but vital. So let's get into your tarot messages here next. Oh, I didn't mean to pull this out here. That's a message in and of itself. You're still in the box. I didn't even pull you out of the box here. That makes sense, honestly. You're still in the box. I think some of you may be feeling afraid to vocalize things that you need to vocalize. Needs, wants. If somebody does trespass against you, like I said, it's one thing to wish somebody well, you know. Having compassion is a superpower, but our response to certain situations, like I said, when somebody comes into this very sacred domain and works their evil magic, works to cause distress or harm, we do not give them compassion. You can understand why somebody's doing something, but we're not choosing the direction of love and light that most people are behaving as when somebody comes and attacks us in that way. Most things, yeah, we can turn the other cheek, okay? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we're not engaging with every little thing that comes our way. Discernment with the symbol, like I said. There are times where the appropriate response are two big middle fingers, okay? And there's not negative karma attached to that. Y'all, I think out of many signs, you probably understand that. Scorpio, my fire signs, okay? So let's get started with your tarot messages. Lightseer's Tarot here to start, 1717 on the timer. Ace of Pentacles at the split. I do feel like new opportunities are taking root. Bringing in the destined life, okay? So what do we have going on here for Leo? My Leo friends. Huge shout out to my channel members, you guys. Hello, hello. If you're interested, hey, there's the sun. Yeah. If you're interested, well, and this is, oh, I love this too. In this deck in particular, it's a human egg cell that's in the sun. I don't know if you can see this very well here. We're birthing things, like I said. Oh, I love that. If you're interested in channel membership, there is a join button next to the subscribe button under this video. There's also a link in the description of the video. If you need help with something a little bit more personal or particular to you, I do have personal readings open. There's a link to my website in the description too. All right, what's going on here for Leo? Leo. And this is a general message, you guys, so please keep that in mind. You're smart. Use your head, heart, and intuition to decipher if these messages are for you, and if they're not, please leave them behind. Don't try to force something that doesn't fit. All right, let's get into it. Seven of Cups here at the bottom. So this is your hope. Hopes and dreams. Hopes and dreams, Leo. I feel like that's interesting. So one of the a little more rare meanings of the Seven of Cups here is a very particular and special type of spiritual ascension, evolvement. I feel like those of you this message is for, you have been seeking this form of spiritual evolvement. Lifetimes, for lifetimes. Like I said, we're moving from the fated life to the destined life. Maybe where you failed before in previous lifetimes to make that switch, to make that transition. In this lifetime, there is more energy, desire of your own soul and higher self to make that transition. To not be frozen where you've been frozen before. Ooh, I love that, you guys. Crow Tarot. Crow. It's time for someone to eat crow. And it ain't me. Ace of Wands at the bottom to start. Yeah, we're totally starting a new journey here, you guys. And you're going to have the energy to do it. Combining the forces that are needed with this symbol. Recharging that battery, okay? What do we have here for Leo? The Chariot. Movement. Movement. Positive movement. There are challenges here still, though. Leo. Check out any other placements in your chart, you guys. Ten of Pentacles here. This is something that could take some time, but we're starting the journey now, okay? We do have every sign in our chart. You could have planetary placements in different signs. You also have the signs in specific houses. So I encourage you guys to dive a little bit deeper, to have a spirit of curiosity in that regard. check out the videos that you'd like to. I do also have a collective channel that I opened up now. It's pinned at the top of the main page here. I encourage you guys to subscribe to that as well if you're interested in collective readings. I've done collective readings on this channel here in the past, but I'm making a distinguished switch here, okay? So if you want to still receive collective readings in the future, please subscribe to that channel. All right, what's going on for Leo? Leo. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. So this is your fear aversion. I do feel times they are changing, right? And well, fear is a natural experience here as a human being. It is not something that will ever completely disappear. Thank God for courage, right? For resiliency. I feel that there is a fear right now regarding what it is that's changing. Things are uncertain for a lot of people. If we were to look at what is going on, the state of the world right now in every corner, it can be depressing, maybe even hopeless, right? To remember, though, that this is the effect of what we have been manifesting prior. We're not continuing to look around us and bring that reality here further into our future. This is a wake-up call. Pluto moving into Aquarius here on the 19th, moving finally into the age of Aquarius. This is a wake-up call, you guys, and everybody's alarm is set. It is not something that you're going to be able to ignore anymore. So let's do something about it. Okay, let's do something about it. What I'm saying, someone's put shrimp in the curtains, okay? We're not just going to let that smell linger. We're going to burn that house down and build a new one, okay? Don't be afraid of change. There is a divine plan here. So general energy here to start. Ten of Swords. Yeah, okay. As we're dancing the line here between breakdown and breakthrough, I don't actually think there's a better card to represent that energy here than the Ten of Swords. This is an opportunity for great healing. And that came through with, was it the Offering or Antimony? Oh, it was Bardo. Yeah, the Bardo. Yeah. Great healing and vision is available here right now. The Ten of Swords is rock bottom. Betrayal. There's been a lot of betrayal, okay, in the world, personally and at a global level, more publicly, okay? Rock bottom, like I said. Painful ending and loss. This is something where we can get stuck here. We can get addicted to this. As I'm talking about looking around at our environment here and continuing to project that into our future, there's this process, and I'm seeing it. I know you're seeing it too. In a time where we really do need to come together, and I'm not talking about ignoring the shrimp and the curtains, okay? I'm not saying we're all goose for buying it out and oming it out, kumbaya. That comes later. That comes later when we've taken care of the parasitic energy. All right? We can get stuck in the Ten of Swords because it is providing something to us. As an example, what I'm seeing recently, any further division between genders, between races, religions, using the continued betrayal from certain members of society, now broadening that out to a broad brushstroke and including mass groups of people as your enemy, that's getting addicted to Ten of Swords energy. I know there's a lot of rage right now. I know there's a lot of divine rage, and it's justified. We have got to be careful about how we're using this energy. I couldn't have planned this message any better than the way that it came out with the corrosion. Corrosion as medicine. There is respect that is required for something that can corrode. Okay? We're not just going to throw that around willy-nilly. With the Ten of Swords, though, this is an opportunity for great healing. We can take what has happened and learn from it. That's what we're talking about here. So, moving forward. Four of Cups. Four of Cups. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four of Cups. Comes in to clarify the Ten of Swords. We cannot get stuck in negativity, you guys. We can't get stuck in pessimism. Whatever level despair, rage, like I said, wherever you are on the scale here, we are not going to let that emotion cause us to break down. We're going to use that as a breakthrough. And that breakthrough is coming through with this fourth cup. This is a divine offer. The offering. In order to receive this offer, though, just as the offering talks about, there is a sacrifice that must be made. Sacrifice must be made in order for sacred to remain. I couldn't think of a better card here for that either. So like I was saying, further division, you guys. Please check yourself on who, what, where, and why you may be doing something. We're not just jumping on random trains, okay? And I'm not condemning any sort of movement. As I've said before in the past, I will not descend into politics. I'm here for sovereignty and human rights, though, certainly. And I do see a greater schism happening between some people. We're cleaning up the shrimp, but we're not we are not descending into culture war to avoid a class one. Okay? Please understand what energies are surrounding us right now, encouraging you to participate in more separation culturally. Class-wise, yeah, we got an issue. That's true. That's valid. Don't look behind the curtain, right? Please look behind the curtain. Don't be confused here, you guys. Moving forward, good stuff here. 10 of Wands. Oh, the great release is something that's coming. Couple things here. So I'm seeing like a sliver that's become infected. That removing that finally, that ability for something to heal that has been infected. I'm also seeing like a giant cyst that being drained. That pressure as it's been building up, not necessarily in the cyst itself, but in pushing on the tissue surrounding it, has been causing a great deal of pain. This cyst that is our experience, it does need to be drained. The pain that's being caused because of it, though, or that has been caused, this is where the illusion is coming in, I feel. Do not get distracted on where that pain's coming from. It's the cyst, not your neighbor. Okay, so we're going to approach the problem. The good stuff here is you're almost to this point of releasing that pressure. You need to see where you're going, though. We're not just like swinging in the dark. Okay? Okay? Ooh, the Lovers comes through here next. Yay! So this could be a relationship coming forward for some of you, if that's what you guys are looking for. With Bond, it's the same author here that makes these cards. Being 6, that is the number of the Lovers. There very well could be a relationship that's highlighted here right now. I feel that this connection, where you feel connected in the heart, is where you're being asked to move creativity to highlight focus on that right now. I feel like this is more what we're talking about, moralistic decisions. Are you making a decision because you feel that morally it's correct, or are you making a decision because you want to, right? And I'm not saying one is right over the other. This is highlighting a choice, though. With everything else that we're talking about here, yeah, there's a choice. Constantly. We're constantly needing to make decisions here. Are you making the ones that are best for you, your heart, all of our hearts? Because we are connected to the divine heart. To think that we are separate in any way is absolutely an illusion. Okay? I feel like there's one here for the good stuff for Leo. Spread your wings, confidence that leads to freedom and growth. Now's the time. Now's the time, my friends. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. It's time to fly. What I'm seeing is from Forrest Gump. Dear God, make me a bird so I can fly far, far away. Reach out to the divine here, especially with the symbol, combining forces. Allow that to be intentional. To intentionally combine divine forces here. To have just power, okay? All right, what you don't see coming. What's in the dark here? Seven of Pentacles. Patience, my Leo friend. What you don't see that's in the dark is growth. The growth that's happening. The growth involved with the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine coming back. And the Divine Feminine is within us all. I'll say it till the cows come home. It has nothing to do with your body parts. We're talking about divine energies. Okay? We do have divinity within us. Our divinity is our ability to overcome human difficulty. Division? Yeah? Yeah. Be patient, you guys. What has been planted is growing. The baby. We see evidence of a baby growing at some point, and eventually, right, it's birthed. It becomes clear that this is, in fact, what is happening. What I'm getting is like, you don't see this breaking through the soil yet. As what is growing does break through the soil, though, you speculate, I don't remember what I planted here. Were these watermelons or tomatoes? Aubergines or green peas, right? Or black-eyed peas. You're being asked to have some patience here. Continue to water what has been planted. This is the, what I'm seeing is like the bardo, the hallway between the fated life and the destined life. That's this waiting period that's happening here. To have faith, though, that what is growing is what needs to grow. We're not forcing it to grow. We're not pulling it up, though, either. We are pulling up weeds, okay? We're able to identify the weeds that are in this garden, just to be clear here. The things that are causing rot, we can pull that up. We can see the fungus, whatever, right? This plant, though, we don't know quite what it is yet, but we will see very soon. Be patient. Honing your skills. Mastering this ability to work with corrosive material. This is like master level stuff, you guys. It's not child's play. That's for certain. This requires us to be in a state of balance to wield that medicine appropriately. Okay, moving forward here. Temperance. What you don't see in the dark here, what's coming. Temperance. Alchemy, you guys. Mastering that ability to work with the gray wolf here. Oof, I have all the chills here. Woof. Woo! We do have a full moon tonight, too. I have all the chills here. I just watched 13 Moon. Andy just did her Taurus reading. I just watched this actually before filming this here, and she was mentioning howling at the moon, too. Yeah. Maybe, if you have a clear sky, go howl at the moon. Let's be heard, you guys. Go dance naked in the woods, if you're able. That's some powerful magic. Yep. So temperance, we're taking one thing and turning it into another. We're bringing two extremes into balance. Hope, peace is available with this. So you're being asked here in honing your skills to temper your ability to wield this corrosive material. It is a delicate is powerful and delicate. So there is respect that is needed to wield it. Okay? you want one? Yeah, one of these here. Divine counterpart, a divine connection sent to you from your angels, and strength, determination, perseverance, and self-discovery. Divine counterpart. I'm getting all the chills on that too, you guys. Something about that, like howling at the moon. Let your voice be heard. Your divine counterpart. Yeah, maybe they're stuck in a tree somewhere. They need to hear you to find you. What is that? What I'm seeing is, what was that movie? Lady and the Tramp, the old Disney movie Lady and the Tramp. Is it the Midnight Express or something? Where the dogs would howl? Oh, somebody correct me. I know somebody out there knows. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Yeah, something that's going to bug me. That's what I'm seeing, okay? Howling at the moon here. We're calling out to those who are like us, our community, our family, those that we are destined to be destined with, to help build what's coming next. Let's let them know we're here, okay? This can be an energetic process too. This doesn't necessarily have to be literally howling at the moon, but there's something about like we are using our divine sovereignty to bring that energy through this portal here into this realm to make that, to call out to our mother who is in full display tonight, to usher her in. Ooh, I love that. Ooh, I love that. Okay, all the chills. All right, thank you, Spirit. So, your difficulty, challenge at this time. Let's get into that. Yeah. Nine of Swords. Yeah, no, I can see that. So the difficulty right now is, it's been a nightmare, right? It's been a nightmare. I don't care where you live. We can pretend to separate from what's going on around us, but that's not what we're here to do. I'm not saying everybody is here to like fight the good fight in a way that is outside of what maybe feels comfortable to them. We do not all have the same role here. Some of us are here to help dismantle what already exists. Some of us are here to help build what comes next. Okay? So the difficulty with the Nine of Swords here is facing this shit, you guys. You've been having these nightmares, anxiety, difficulty sleeping. You're waking up and the nightmare still exists, right? For now. The challenge here is it's very uncomfortable, but we haven't quite gotten to that place with the Ten of Swords where we're like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to hail out of here. The only thing that we do with the Ten of Swords is get the hell out of there. All pain, no gain. So we're at this point here still where it hurts, but maybe all we're doing is howling. That dog that's sitting on the porch nail, on the front porch, it doesn't hurt bad enough for them to move, but it hurts bad enough for them to squawk about it. The difficulty is moving from complaining about something to doing something about it. Once we do, though, we don't quit. It is respect, not repression, that allows us to wield this divine power of the gray wolf. Awoo! There's a she-wolf in the closet. What's that next line? Something about like, let her out. And then she goes, awoo, Shakira. I don't know. Someone help me out there too. Awoo. The Hermit. Nines. 2 nines here too in your difficulty. So the Hermit, to clarify your difficulty here. The hardest part about this, you guys, is going inside. Is going inside and working to find that star, that hope, that understanding that we can use this divine power to build what it is that we need and want. We are not a victim of the world. Victimization is real. Okay, we can be victimized by things, but we are not a victim. We are not victims. Nah. Okay? So there's a request here right now to find this strength comes inside. The guidance that you're looking for comes inside. What does that comes from inside? What does that look like? I mean, as you're receiving messages like this or anywhere else on YouTube or elsewhere in your life, going inside is picking up on that resonant frequency and knowing how to discern what is false or what is true. Not through a lens of fear, though. Through the lens of the heart. The heart will not lead you astray. There are times where maybe we need to step away from a little bit right now. This, for a lot of people, is causing further division. This will never, ever, ever do that. Because that bitch could never. Right, Leo? So, meditation, too. Balancing. Get out of my way while I balance these energies, right? That's hard right now. That's difficult. You want a starseed? Okay, starseed on this? You do want one of these and then starseed. Gotcha. I hear you. Okay. So for Leo, difficulty. Lovers, a passionate connection, shared vision, and value. Connecting through the heart, you guys. That energy has come through thrice at this point. The lovers, bond, and the lovers. Lovers! Gemini, too. Gemini sun. Hey, I'm a Gemini sun. Connecting through the heart, like I was just saying here. The heart will not lead you astray. It will lead you to those that have shared vision and value. Put things through this litmus test here, your heart. It will not lead you astray. Okay, so last card here, Oracle card, and then I will go ahead and move into an extended. If you guys want to join me there, there are links in the description of the video. I do have them for sale individually as well as on the 3rd tier of membership if you want access to all of them, okay? So what do we have here for Leo? Final messages. Final messages for Leo. Ooh, I love it. Okay, 2 actually came through here. Surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. This is a reminder here that we aren't, even as we're transitioning from the fated life to the destined life, moving into the age of Aquarius, this is a reminder here to still take time to experience pleasure, joy. We're not clocking in and clocking out here. That's not the point of being alive. We're not just grinding, whether that is with an actual job or pursuing what you feel is to be social or political justice, right? This is a reminder here that we still need to experience joy and pleasure, the sweetness, Venus, connection. We still need to express connection and call connection forward, which is perfect here. Star family, you're part of a team of souls. Call and support. Oh my goodness, you guys. I have all the chills on this too. Ah, woo! So howling out at the moon here. This is, oh my God, I have all the chills. I wish I could just have permanent chills because it's like this nice facelift, right? Oh my God. Call and support. This is what you're doing by howling at the moon, literally or energetically speaking. You're making yourself known. You're calling in your star family. So when this comes forward, this is, you either have a member of your star family you're already aware of and connected to, or there's one that's coming forward. Star family. What is star family? Well, this is somebody who we take care of each other. We take care of our star family, no matter where we are. Somebody, needs help with this or that. Star family members come in and help, and it's not a, tit for tat kind of situation because we know that we have the same objective. We're here for the same reason. I'm seeing a lot more connections coming forward for all of us, but we need to surrender to that. We need to surrender to the heart. This is the sacrifice. Ooh, some tricky steps here, Spirit. Ooh, there's a lot of injustice. Like I said, that's all real. The pain, real as well. The difference between utilizing divine rage for unbridled chaos and for precise surgery is the way that we allow our ego to function in participating here with this corrosive medicine. We can do this, you guys. You can do this, Leo. I know you can. I'm not saying ego needs to die completely. Ego is stepping in right now, though, to keep us safe because most of us are experiencing feelings of unsafety, right? That is what the ego does. Hey, remember, I kept you safe here in this situation. Do what it is that I want you to do so we can stay safe. This is a time where we're rewriting that narrative. Yes, maybe certain actions have kept us safe before in the past. Well, look at where we are now. Whatever we've done before in the past, it's time to do something different. We want a different present and a different future to come forward. You got this, Leo. I love you guys so, so much. And I hope that this message is helpful for you. I know it is for someone. So I'm going to go ahead and move into the extended. Like I said, links are in the description if you want to check that out there. We do go over direct messages from your higher self, love and advice, career and advice, and then what is most likely being manifested for you based on your thoughts and then also emotions and outcomes there. Private readings, if you need some help with that, links in the description here too. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate the support, you guys. I couldn't and would not do this without you. My Cash App and PayPal links are in the description too. If this message did resonate with you and you feel called to support the channel in that way through donations, I truly appreciate it, you guys. It isn't mandatory, but to those who do support the channel in that way, I couldn't do this without you, truly, either. It goes a long way, and I deeply appreciate your support. So, Leo, take care of yourselves. I will see you all very, very soon. Be well.